Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Fast Start training. We're just going to do a little kind of blast of training here. But what Eric and I wanted to share with you guys, this is an incredible customer referral system. I'm just going to share my screen really quickly because this is something that I've been doing today with my new customers. Can you see my screen okay?
Yeah, we can. It looks great.
Perfect. So I'm in Debbie Diamond's back office here. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen this blue bit here that says customer referrals. Now, we're all really good at widen your reach, but there's another way that we can get GQV points here. And I'm just going to scroll down so we can have a look at the promos and specials. And it's here, submission form, widen your reach, customer referrals. You can do it here too. So what we can do, and this is really, really cool, is building that rapport with our customer who could be turning into a brand partner. Their products arrive at their door. This has happened today with 2 of my new customers. And we say to them, hey, do you want to get $10 off coupon for your next Purium package, which is 1,000 loyalty points. Now, keep in mind, guys, this cannot be redeemed on a smart order because it's loyalty points, but only on a one-off. And they'll go, oh my goodness, yes, what do I do? So we want to get them to take a picture with their products and tag you in it. And then you're going to take a screenshot of that for them and come into this. And then the easiest way to upload it for 25 points and for them to get free 1,000 points is on here, just customer referrals underneath where we do our widen our reach. And here it's just exactly the same. You just click start and you go through the process. So you're going to put their ID, you're going to put up the screenshot if it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the time, and then a link to that. It's really, really good. It's just extra way to get those points. The points really add up. So for every, I know a lot of us are in the rhythm of 3 right now. So for every 3 new customers that we're going to be bringing on a week, that's another 75 points that you can have. And that's more money off more products for them to try. So it's getting them all ready to think about when they're going to be uploading things for widen their reach. We're going to get them to go out there and start talking about this. So they're going to be gaining some traction. Is there anything you want to add on that, Eric?
Thank you so much, Alice. Just to stress the importance of asking our customers for referrals. It is simply as easy as that. We sometimes forget about them. There's a tremendous amount of people that are not necessarily ready to take on the full commitment of becoming a brand partner, but they're more than happy to share things that have worked really well for them, and they're actually happy to do it, most of them, and it doesn't take a huge incentive. They just will do it almost naturally, and they just love the extra incentive. So it's a matter of being aware of it, keep in mind, and these referring customers make the best brand partners ever. This is something Melissa Hansen has really perfected, and she's got more referring customers turning into brand partners than anyone in Purium, literally. And all she does, she just keeps asking her customers, who do you know that could benefit from this ULT, these amazing superfoods, however you like to say it, but just who do you know? Not do you know anyone? Do you know anyone? You know anyone? Juniper? Do you know anyone? Azaria? Do you know anyone? Rhiannon? Cora? You know anyone? Nah, I don't know anyone. I'll let you know if I know anyone. Who do you know? Who do you know that could benefit from this as you have? And that's all it takes, guys. It's one simple question, and that could make all the difference. Back to you, Alice.
Thank you so much. That's perfect. I'm just going to join in on my phone and then myself. Okay. So I've just joined in on my other phone because there's some things that I want to share on here too. And what that is something that I've just been shown, which is really cool. Because when we start in this business, sometimes it's a bit daunting because we're not really sure how we want to share it. We're not really sure what to say. So I'm just going to let this person in the room and let me pull up my internet again. Is this it? Here we go. So I want to pull up actually, there's something I want to show you guys first. This is an amazing tool. So this group here, Purium Lifestyle Transformation Support Group, it's a Facebook group. A lot of brand partners say to me, oh, like, where do I find this? Or I want an answer to that. I've got a person with a specific condition. I've got someone with lupus. I've got someone with cancer. And I go, that's, you know, we can't really say too much to that. But what we can do is use this tool. This page is amazing. So what you can do is click here on the search bar and type in, you know, you can see all the things I've looked up, leaky gut, for example, Purium Lifestyle Transformation Support Group. And here we will have reams of people who are talking about that exact thing. People who have gone through their own protocol transformation, brand partners who are really well versed in this. Is the screen, oh, you can't see my screen? Sorry, Eric, can you, my screen is, you can't see it?
Yeah, I can't see it as of yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me bring that back up. Thanks for letting me know. Where is it? Can you see my screen now?
Nope.
Oh, resume. I don't know why it's not wanting to
Screen share is
share.
not working. It might be just because of a bandwidth issue.
Yeah, it could be. Okay, so we won't share, but I'm going to type it into the.
You want me to share a screen?
Yes, Eric, are you a member of the Purium Lifestyle Transformation Support Group in Facebook?
I should be. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up that page. Give me one
Sorry,
second.
Abram, my bandwidth is not being brilliant today, but we're going to get there. We find solutions.
Okay, I think I can pull up this page here. So I'll go
Thanks.
ahead and share, and I'll be your navigator. You just point me to where you want me to go.
Thank you so much. So this is just
You're
a tool. As we start this, I want to empower everyone to know that we can find so much of the information on our own, by ourselves. And this is one of my favorites. This group, if you guys aren't a part of it, you can look at it in Facebook, Purium Lifestyle Transformation Support Group, because you can go in the search bar in the top right, the little search magnifying glass, and type in, you know, leaky gut, Crohn's, fibromyalgia, whatever it may be. And you can find testimonials from people who are currently having these problems, but are testifying to their experience with Purium and this. So what I then do is I find someone who's going through something related to something my customer is struggling with, and I reach out to them. Hi, I see that you have been working with Purium with this ailment. Would it be okay if I borrow your story, or maybe you can help me share with someone who's suffering the same thing? There are protocols there. So if someone's saying they're taking this, this, and this for this problem, I go, well, there's a woman I know within our community who's taking these things. So this is what, you know, it's just a really good search thing. I don't know how much you use this, Eric, but recently people have been coming to me with very specific conditions, and I want to know what I'm going to be sending them. And I want to give them real life examples of other people who are going through that. So this is just another tool in your arsenal belt to find information to help more people. So I really wanted to share that. Now, I don't know, Eric, if you use this, but.
So I haven't used this specifically, but I see where you're going with it. I like that approach. I think this is a great resource. So yeah, definitely. I think that's a really good way to leverage the entire Purium community, because that specific group, Purium Lifestyle Transformation, lots of people contribute to that, not just our team. So we get a broader perspective, if you will, on, you know, on that. One little, just a little caution, word of caution. Okay. when it comes to, and this, it might not be directly related, but when it comes to conditions, we got to be a little careful when getting on that topic, because people can it's a slippery slope getting into either diagnosing or prescribing some kind of regimen or products even for a specific condition. And that's really blurring the lines of acting as a medical professional. So, we can share testimonials and things like that. We just want to be careful when saying, like, if I hear a lot like questions in the chat groups. Well, I know someone who suffers from IBS. What do you guys recommend? And so here's the slippery slope with it. We can say, here are some products to support gut health. Okay. We can't say, here's some products you can take to cure or address your IBS. I know it's a very fine line, but semantics matter. Word choice matters in these cases. So be careful with your posts, and when you go live on videos, it's public. That content could be easily shared. So just say, this could support or aid in improving sleep. This could support the body in managing stress and balancing hormones. But when we link the product to a specific condition, we get in trouble. So that's how we get in trouble. So just a little side point there, but we can absolutely share testimonials with people who have benefited.
Yes, thank you so much, Eric. I'm really glad we got onto this, actually, because when we begin this, we don't often hear this enough. And I can speak from personal experience. I got in trouble at the beginning of my journey with Purium for certain words I wasn't allowed to say. But what we can do is exactly, Jack, direct experiences. So how I felt. And we can use family testimonials too, but we can't claim to cure anything. So what I like to say is, when I was taking Purium alongside, a healthy plant-based diet, my symptoms of IBS were alleviated. I felt like so much better. So I don't say they healed it or cured it. I know that they did, but I'm not going to say that because it's not allowed. So thank you so much, Eric. Very, very important. I just wanted to arm you guys with a few more tools of places that you can look. There's so many, but very good to know. And now I just wanted to really quickly share a couple of script ideas when we begin, because this is something, when you start, people are like, I don't really know what to say. So I've got some guidelines. I'm going to put them in the chat and I'm going to speak to each one. But this is the first one. I found a business that I'm really excited about, but what do I know? You have so much experience. Would you look at it for me? If I made it easy, and let me know if you think I'm making the right move. So this is aimed towards someone you want to be joining your business. This is, I've got these down so I can send them to people. But if you want someone, you want to edify people. So I often play this with professionals. I'm like, you're an expert. I'd love to hear your opinion on Biomedic, because you obviously are an expert in this area. You want to put them on a pedestal. So this is the same thing. This is, to someone you want to join your business, who's entrepreneurial. I found a business I'm really excited about, but what do I know? Elevate them. I love this verbiage. It's really simple, really effective. Going to be able to, it's the hook, really. It puts them in a power position, but really you just want them to see this opportunity because it's so amazing. And they're, as an expert, going to look at it and be like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing I've ever seen. So you'd follow up with a video or connecting them to a call or connecting them with an upline. So that is one.
Alice, I just want to add something on that as well.
Yeah.
That for a lot of times we have these experts in our network of people. Like we have a nutritionist that's just, got 20,000 followers and they're so knowledgeable, and it can be intimidating when we don't have that nutrition certification. Or maybe there's an entrepreneur we know so successful and we're afraid to approach them about the business because, oh my gosh, they're so successful and they're going to look at me like, who am I? And so we have these self-limiting beliefs when we're approaching people that we may put on a pedestal. First of all, they're regular people, so just like you and me. So that's number one. But that indirect kind of approach can really work when we are approaching someone like that, and it's indirect, but if you could flip the script for a moment, and how would you respond to someone who would approach you like that? First of all, it's a huge ego stroke, okay? Major ego stroke. So make the person feel really good and like, oh, wow, they really think I'm like an expert. And so most likely we're going to get a pretty receptive response to a approach like that. So we could always go into it, if we don't feel as comfortable or confident going into it directly, maybe try the indirect. And it works really well in many cases. So just wanted to add that point.
Thank you, Eric. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're here. Exactly. If you're afraid to reach out to someone, use this approach. I do this a lot anyway, because I am not an expert. Honestly, I'm not. So I'm honest about it. And I do approach a lot of health nutrition coaches. So I want them to feel like I know that they're much more knowledgeable than I am. I'm just a businesswoman, and I know my direct experience. So I love this approach. It takes the fear out of it, right? I do this every day, by the way, when I prospect. And the second
one thing you are, Alice, is confident, and confidence is everything. So a lot of times confidence is connected to a sense of maybe that we have authority to speak on a matter, but it's not necessarily. That's not necessarily what breeds confidence. You can have confidence with or without the certification you think you need. So that's really what we want to adopt, is that kind of confidence. And with that confidence, guys, you can approach anyone. I'm telling you, confidence is so powerful. It really levels the playing field, so to speak. So back to you, Alice.
Thank you. And again, posture. And if you don't have it, borrow it. Step into the shoes of a confident person. But I have absolute 100% back what I'm doing, this business, my community, everything about this, and that builds over time. So now, like, I'd approach anyone. I know that this is good for them. That's the energy you come into this with. You need this, you just don't know you need it yet. So I'm going to be the messenger. That's absolutely it, Eric. And the next script, this is interesting. I'm thinking about getting started with a business I can run from my home. Would you help me check it out and see if it's for real? It's the same approach. You want them to check it out because you know that this is the best business ever, but you're playing it like the posture thing. It makes it easy. It's an easy way to inadvertently be like, check this out, but really they're checking it out for themselves, and they're going to be obviously like, wow, this is amazing. I want to do this. So that's a really cool one as well. These are just ideas. And I always want to stress, voice note, please don't text this. Make it your own flavor. Put your own. I mean, if someone texts me something like this, I wouldn't even look at it. If someone voice noted or video noted me this with their passion, absolutely, I'd do it for them. So please always do that. There's another one. A friend told me the best thing I could do when starting a business is to have people I respect take a look at it and give me some guidance. Would you be willing to do that for me if I made it simple? It's 3 ways of doing the same thing. You can change this up. But then again, you're giving people posture. Please, can you check this out for me? Can I share with you the compensation plan? Our compensation plan, guys, is the best out there. Eric and I have looked at many, many compensation plans. This is absolutely the best out there. So if you're going to share that with them, if you're going to invite them to a business opportunity Zoom through this, Amy's one on a Monday. Oh my goodness, these people are in for a treat. So there's another one. And these are all business related ones, by the way. So this one's a little bit longer. Let me just pop this in for you. Bear with me. I'm just on my phone doing this. So, okay. So this one's a little bit longer. You can copy. Oh, another variation, Eric. I've always respected your opinion. Would you mind taking a look at this for me? I love that. I've always respected your opinion. I think you're amazing. Like, you are it. Please, can you have a look at this for me? I want to make sure I'm making the right move here. You know you're making the right move. But here's another variation again. Hey, I wanted to share this idea with you because I said this crossed my path and now I'm living it. I'm so excited. I was searching for a way to cut down my hours at work so I could stay at home with the kids and see them grow up. When I saw how big this opportunity is, I was immediately all in. I sat down the other night and wrote down the names of people for 2 hours that I'm going to share this with because I'm so serious. I want to share this with you first because I'd love to work with you. I'm looking for leadership and I see you as one. Would you have a few minutes to talk so I can share more with you this week? That's beautiful because that's something that we do in this business. We're going to write a list when we start of people that we want to work with, right? And then for someone to go, I thought of you first. I love saying this. I was just thinking about you. You were the person I want to work with. I've always wanted to work with you. Here's our opportunity. I'm really excited. Would you mind sitting down for 2 minutes with me? I'd love your opinion. You know, there's so many variations of this. Eric, I'm sure you have something you want to say on this one.
Listen, flattery works, guys, and just be sincere about it. It's not just flattering people for the sake of it, but, you know, really just, you know, acknowledging their, you know, their expertise, the respect you have for them. And yeah, I mean, listen, people, I have yet to see a person respond negatively when you flatter them. It just works every time. So use it.
Yeah, genuine flattery as well, which we're all really good at here because we're just such a loving group of people. But find something you like about that person, find something you love about what they're doing and let them know. When people send me messages like that, like it makes my day. I'm like, oh my goodness, people see me. So it's a wonderful thing to do. And then I've got another little variation. We can change these up, but just an idea. For negative and cynical people who are like, oh, MLM, pyramid scheme, whatever. I've started a business and I really need someone to help me poke holes in it. Nothing gets past you. Would you be willing to examine it for me? Nothing gets past you. You're an expert. You're brilliant. Please help me look at what's wrong. Because again, me and Eric are laughing because they can't find any holes in this business. It's flawless. So you can vary this up. Like I've just started a new business. I know that you're an expert. You're brilliant. And I just, you know, I'd really appreciate a few minutes just for you to go through this with me because I know that you're an expert and I want to make sure that I'm making the right move here. This is all the same thing, but just different variations. But I hope this has given you guys some ideas as to how you can approach people when you don't really know how, honestly.
I know another approach that I've used before is the what I call the negative approach, but it works sometimes when you have someone who is you know is like really skeptical and negative. You actually, it's kind of a reverse takeaway approach. So you'll say something like, hey, Alice, I know this is not for you. This definitely would not be for you, but it may be for some people that you know. Who would you be able to connect me with that might have a need for X? And you throw something out there, you know, a second income stream while from home. Who do you know that might, you know, want an extra paycheck per month without working an extra week? Who do you know that would, you know, like more time or location freedom in their life? Something like that. You throw something in there. You basically say, I know this would not be for you, but you may know someone who could benefit. Who do you know? And so oftentimes you'll get either they'll tell you some names of people and they can, and then you say, well, would you mind connecting me with so-and-so? Or they may say, well, whoa, hold on a second. Actually, I would be. Tell me a little bit more about that. Hold on a second. So it's a reverse psychology technique and it really works.
So good. Thank you, Eric. Another one I like is, you know, this may or may not be for you. Again, that's posture. Because you're saying, I definitely don't need you. I'm not desperate. Think about the psychology. This may or may not be for you. But I think, you know, I've been thinking about it and I've been thinking about you and I'd love to work with you. You're an expert. You're brilliant. I think this is right up your street, but no pressure. Just, would you be willing to take a look at a video? I'd love to share one with you. You know, it puts you in such a position because we really aren't desperate here. We want people who are really good. So we are pre-qualifying as much as people are pre-qualifying this business. We are assessing them from the beginning. So always remember, we are in the position here. We are recruiting for our superfoods business. We are not begging. This is literally only for the people who are going to be coachable and willing. So thank you so much, Eric, for your amazing, incredible insight into this. You've been doing this for such a long time. You know exactly how to do this. And I wonder if anyone we have a few minutes left, a question for Eric, for myself, anything you're wondering, getting stuck on, please do unmute yourself. Or not.
I say I was thinking about you all the time. I probably use that, if I had to guess, probably 7, 8, 9 times a day. And people are so honored when you say, it doesn't matter what you're thinking of them for. When you say, hey, listen, you've been on my mind. I was thinking about you and I wanted to reach out, because no matter what you say from that point forward, they are all ears. They're like, oh my God, you were thinking of me? Oh my God, that's so sweet of you. So guys, it's just the verbiage matters. It makes a difference. The verbiage you use can make all the difference with the response that you get. I've been thinking of you. I can't get you off my mind. So use this verbiage and practice it. It's going to take you probably saying it 20 to 30 times before it becomes automatic. You want this to be so automatic that you don't have to think about the verbiage. It just rolls off your tongue. You're like, wait, did I just say that? I just used a script on them, but I didn't even realize it because it was automatic. We got a question from Jack Star. Unmute yourself. Let's give us your question.
Hey guys, thank you for everything, first of all. And so my question is Alice, would you ever have people, even though you go live, even though you show your face, do you ever have people think that you're not a real person?
Such an interesting,
awesome.
No, because I'm live all the time.
No.
People know who I am. I'm
right, because you're
always in their face, like, period, woo. So do
okay,
people think you're fake?
Well, I mean, yeah, most people that I meet go, I can't believe you're a real person. Thank God you're not a serial killer. Like, oh my God, you're not a catfish. So yeah, I do get that a lot, an excessive amount. So yeah, I mean, I should go live pretty much ASAP. That would fix it all, like, for real.
Darling, you know the next step in your journey.
I know it
live.
is.
You've been putting it off, but we're going live.
Darling, I'm not meaning to put it off, darling. I'm really not. I honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do. I'm serious. You should see I just got almost my teeth knocked out by my toddler today. Okay, not to play the victim to a toddler, but man, he's strong. So you guys, I'm really seriously trying. I promise. You can literally put a vintage video camera to my soul, please, to know that I am seriously trying so hard to make this happen, but also trying not to try too hard about it. Okay, so just let's flow. Okay, yeah. Anyways, yeah, people think I'm fake, so anyway.
I think that's your cue, Jack. I think, as you said, you know what to do.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Brilliant, Jack. You know you are. You're going executive this month, so.
Yes, darling.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Guys, I'm British too, all right? My mom was born in Blackpool, England, so I'm allowed to do the accent, all right?
Oh, well, you got it down pretty good.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you.
Rhiannon has a question.
Yes.
Okay, so I've been really working on my visualizing. I made boards and stuff, of the brand partners I'm speaking to. So whether they're watching now or they're not, but I just can't seem to get over I'm so worried that people are gonna oh, she's just trying to sell, or I just care so much, not so much about, anyway, it doesn't matter. But so my question was that, are you able to, do you picture someone in your mind? What is that you do when you're talking about your business? I don't know. I don't even know if my question translates, but I'm really trying to work on this mindset area. And Eric, thank you for the card. I got it. That was very nice.
I'm so glad you got that. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I take this one, Alice?
Please. Master.
Okay. So this is a really good question, actually, Rhiannon. So thank you for asking that. So for step number 1, you really got to work on your mindset before even you do your reach outs and and have these conversations. This is such an energy thing. Any self-limiting beliefs that you are holding on to, if you feel like, oh, I'm bothering someone, oh, I'm selling to them, oh my God, they're going to be this, they're going to react this way or that way. If you even for a half second believe that in your mind, it will come out in how you say it and the words you use and how you approach it. All of that will be projected, whether you like it or not. We have no control over how it's projected. The only thing we can control is what we're projecting, because it's up here, it's our mindset. So step number one, before you do your reach outs, do you feel like you're selling something or you're bothering people? Is that the way you truly feel?
Are you asking? I thought it was
Yeah,
rhetorical.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
Well, I do. I have a lot of, my mom owned a business and she would always be worried about that when she would go ask for advertisers, and it was just stuck in my head of like, people are thinking I want something. So I guess, but there've been a couple where I haven't, where I was just so excited about what I'm doing. And when I watched the video, I'm like, oh, I believe me. So
You see that? I believe me. See how she said that, guys? So listen, your dear sweet mom implanted a program in your brain. Unfortunately, that program's working against you. We have to reprogram your mind. You have to get over that feeling of I'm bothering someone, I'm selling something. As long as that's stuck in your head, it's going to be projected. You won't be able to control it. So work on that. Catch yourself. The moments that you felt like, oh my God, that wasn't even a thought. I was just so excited. Most likely what you were doing in that moment, Rhiannon, is focusing on the other person, not on yourself. The times when you do it, you're focusing on you. Stop focusing on you. Focus on the other person that you're trying to help. Once you do that, it automatically switches the mindset. Okay. Another thing, practice this. This is really practice, guys. Before you do the reach out, before you have the conversation, is telling yourself, oh my gosh, this person is literally waiting for my call. They're literally praying right now for me to reach out to them. They need this so bad. I think Alice said that in the comments. And so you tell yourself that 100 times if you have to, until you start believing it. And then you do the reach out. Okay. Don't do the reach out until you're really like, oh my God, they need this so bad. They need this right now. And I'm telling you, you shift the energy. As long as you feel like you are a bother or because the posture, that energy is going to get reflected in your tone, in your words, in all of that. So you got to shift the energy first up here, and then you can shift it with your prospect. And this goes for even if we're texting someone, voice noting them, talking to them face to face, energy is projected. So that's step number one with that. Does that help you? Yeah, guys, a lot of these things are like, we have to retrain the brain. The brain can be trained like any muscle in the body. It's a thought pattern, a thought process. And it probably was because, Rhiannon growing up, her mom, she said it over and over and over and over again when she was, selling advertising or whatever. And it's got stuck in there. So we have to retrain now. This happens to all of us, by the way. Happened a lot to me. I had a huge issue with, so back when I started 10 years ago, it was kind of like the launch pack. It wasn't free. It cost money. Actually, it was like $500. And then went up to $1,000. And then it went back down to 500, then like $200, the $199, remember? And then it became free with the ULT. But it was the buy-in at one time with Purium was $1,000. Okay. So if you guys think ULT, how do you say it's so expensive? Well, try selling $1,000 packs 10 years ago. That's what we were doing. And people were buying them, but I was struggling with it. I'm like, I really was struggling with the $1,000 buy-in. And even when it was dropped to 500, I was still struggling with it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I am totally projecting this. And so I'm like, hold on, rewind, rewire. And I switched my brain patterns on. And do you know, I started selling more lunch packs. I started getting, I mean, I was getting them at 500. I got a couple at 1,000. And now I'm like, it's free launch pack. Like when we're not, this isn't sales. This is just, you just tell them about it and that's it. So anyway, my point is we all have these kinds of projections. You know, we all think because we think it's expensive, we assume everyone in the universe thinks it's expensive. Things like that, guys. They're self-limiting beliefs and programs. Change them. Seriously, makes all the difference. And you can do it. Good thing is the brain can be repatterned, rewired, so to speak.
Gold, absolute gold. And this is so true. We're all going to come up with things. When I started, I'd love to jump on that. Eric, when I started, my biggest objection was price, because I've never done anything like this before. And I was worried about how I'd come across. And then very quickly, I realized we are a mirror. We attract who we are, right? This business is all mindset. It's all energy. Like Eric said. So the way I like to think of it now is, oh my goodness, if I don't tell this person won't change their life the way that mine's been changed. I have to let them know. It doesn't matter about me and my ego and how I feel. It matters that I help this person. So when I speak to people, that's the posture that I come up with. This is an unlimited pay plan, people. This is an unlimited pay plan for $330 US. Like you can make multiple six figures from $330. How much do people put into a brick and mortar business? Like $500,000, I don't know, 50,000, $330 US. And I've been traveling the world for 2 years on that buy-in. Like when your story builds, the longer you're in this, the more your belief builds. So just go all in right now. Don't be a slow starter, be a fast starter. Because the quicker you go, the quicker your belief builds, the more people you can help. And don't prejudge. Like often I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so worried about them not having money. And I'm like, how much is your budget for your health? And they're like, whatever, it's unlimited. What do I need? And I'm like, oh, as if I thought they didn't have the money. Like this person is willing to spend whatever it takes for what they need. So I'm like, great, well, let's go with the ULT juice bar in a bag. And I build them a thing and they're like, great, because my posture is, what's your budget? I know exactly what you need. I can help you. And then they let me pick whatever they need. So don't go in with the minimum thing like, oh, ULT 330, like with the fear, be like, it's $11 a day for 2 meals. Oh my goodness, this is so cheap. Lead with it. It's so cheap. I can hardly believe it. It's all posture. It's all what you think. So I just wanted to add on, but Eric's so right, of course. Just work on whatever fears you have about this. Really work on your why and the vision, because the more you are set in the vision as a whole, something like that won't frighten you anymore. Finding your people, these people are looking for it. Rhiannon, think about you, how much you needed this, how much you wanted this. There's 50 million other Rhiannons who are waiting for you to reach out to them, because they're only going to want to work with you, by the way, because they're going to relate to you so much. And you called me the other day and you said, oh my goodness, Alice, I'm making all this money. Like, this is incredible. And we had this celebration, right? You did that. So help other mums do that too. Remember, you're saving people's lives. You have no idea what $500 can do for a family a month, even extra. My God, it's changing lives. So remember, guys, what you're doing is you're superheroes without capes. All of you. We're doing superhuman work here. Like, this is angel work. Yeah.
Can I say something really quick, really fast? Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, this is not a big deal, but it's exciting. Tomorrow, we're taking my family to IHOP because it just opened, and I'm going to pay. And our family is a big family. It's a big deal for our family to go out. I have 6 kids, and big boys. But anyway, and I'm going to pay for the breakfast. And I've never been able to do that for my family before. So I just wanted to share that. That's not really important.
So how does that make you feel, Rhiannon, to do that?
I'm going to cry. It makes me feel wonderful because it's always been on my husband's shoulders, and he's always flipping cars on the side, and he's such a good man. and he's carried us through everything. And then, you know, like be able to do that and know that he doesn't feel like he has to put stuff on the credit card and then pay it off with another car flip. Like it just felt really good. So it feels good to know we're gonna do that tomorrow. Anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Guys, that's huge. You know, this Rhiannon is literally in tears as she expresses herself about that. We sometimes underestimate the impact that we're making here. We really don't, you know, give it enough credit. It's due so much more credit. An extra $400 or $500 can make the biggest impact on the average American family today. People are struggling. I mean, listen, it may or may not be a lot of money to some people, but it is impactful to a lot of people. And so think about that before we, you know, oh, I'm embarrassed to reach out to them. They may feel like I'm bothered. You may be literally on the other end of that as your next Rhiannon. You don't know. And being projecting on someone, guys, it is so presumptuous. We are so presumptuous about other people when we project on them. First of all, none of us have access to each other's bank accounts. Do we? When you make your reach outs, do you have access to that person's bank account? You have no idea how much money they have. Okay? You really don't. So seriously, don't project. The person that was always crying the blues and driving a beat up used car and, you know, just was like, you thought was broke as a joke. You don't know what's in their trust fund. Okay. You don't know. And that person that you thought was living high on the hog with the fancy cars and the big house and the this and the that, you don't know how they are living like that. So let me just say, don't project. It's presumptuous and it's not fair to the other person. It is not fair to them. Give them the opportunity. Let them make the decision. Don't make that decision for them.
Thank you, Eric. Oriana, you got me in tears. So this is why I love doing what I do. This is why I do what I do. Like, that's like, I don't know, I could die happy right now just knowing that we are working together doing this. This is why. So thank you for that share. It's so beautiful.
I just want to say it's not just the money. The way Rhiannon feels, the empowerment by her just being able to take her family out to a meal, you know, for a meal. It's not just the money, it's the feeling, guys. This is, you know, what we really want to get at. So remember that when you're doing your reach outs, think, oh my gosh, this person is literally, they might be praying for this right now. Have you ever thought of yourself as being a vessel or instrument of something much greater than all of us here? We're all vessels, we're instruments, mouthpieces, if you will. So allow yourself to be used. Just, what do you call, Ra talks about it when you, not release, but you relinquish. What am I talking? What's the word?
What word?
You just give yourself to the process.
Oh,
you want to call it?
Oh God.
Forgot the word. Surrender. Thank you, Juniper. Surrender. Surrender, guys, to the process. Surrender to God, the universe. Be used, okay, as a vessel, a mouthpiece, if you will, an instrument. Allow yourself to be used. That's what we're doing. When we go in, no expectations. Surrender. Yes, Jack. We just surrender to it. Amazing things happen.
Oh my goodness. I love these calls. Thank you so much to everyone who showed up. We can see who really is running, who really is showing up on every call and wants this. And me and Eric put our time and pour into the people that do. So thank you for this last minute jump on it. Like, we know how much you guys want this and we're literally backing you the whole way. Hello, Jack. Good to see you. And thank you so much, Eric, for just always the support and love that you give to us all. Every word you say, we're just absorbing like a sponge. So I hope you all found some value. Thank you for your shares, your questions, and for just being here. You're amazing. You're gonna all be at Diamond Club with us next year, making huge waves. Like, you have no idea the amount of people that you're gonna reach and help over these next months. You don't even know yet. You're gonna meet your best friends and your family. So keep doing it, keep showing up for yourselves. Thank you so much. I'm gonna save this recording, so share it with any brand partners that you think it will help. But love you all so much. You have no idea. The love is real. Thank you. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Eric.
So awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.